Let's go to bed.
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh my. Hey, you.
Here I am.
Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training, the sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is the desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
You did quite well, no doubt.
Within the crows, I did. But it has been something the crows have devoted a great deal of time to perfecting. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
That sounds like it could be useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we? Hmm?
Why did you want to leave the crows exactly?
Well now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin, after all, is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
But what would you rather do?
Now that you mention it, I am not entirely certain. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
That sounds awful.
Oh, I don't know about that. The crows who are actually good enough to survive come to enjoy some of the benefits. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. Gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
So what is it you fancy exactly?
I fancy many things. I fancy things that are beautiful, and things that are strong. I fancy things that are dangerous and exciting. Would you be offended if I said I fancied you?
Well, I don't want to be mean, but I'm kind of taken. Did you not just see what just happened? I'm just gonna say no, but you needn't bother.
Ah, that's too bad. I do so enjoy it when I get to be flirty. As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go.
I'm happy to have you along.
And here I am, happy to be had. Isn't it wonderful how things work out that way? Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
Anyway, I'm taken, but nice to know you're versatile. Love that for you. I don't know why I'm tempted to just do this option every time that I see her, but for the sake of my sanity, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna say we need to talk, Liliana.
Of course.
Are you feeling better about what happened with Marjolaine?
Yes, a little better. Time heals all wounds, so they say. Scars remain, but they are just colors in the painting that is my life, no?
I feel like she'll like this one because she's all artsy fartsy, you know? They add to the complexity and beauty of the piece.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. I wish things had happened differently, but knowing her and knowing me, I don't think it could have. We had good times though, and I look back on those fondly. Whatever happened after will never change the truth of the past.
You know you can talk to me if you need to.
So far, things are not so bad. Look, now I have new friends, new loves. In spite of it all, life is good.
What will you do when this is all over?
I have not given this a lot of thought. What will I do? I don't know. I think returning to Orlais would be the first order of business. Marjolaine may be dead, but who knows what other events she set in motion in the years I was away. I deserve a fresh start, And I cannot have that if I am pursued by people from my past. They must be dealt with.
See, I know what happens in Inquisition, and you look hotter than usual. And that sounds very objective, but I meant it in your personality too. Okay, I'm just gonna shut up. I think that's a splendid idea.
I was hoping a firm warning would suffice, but you never know. I may have to seek a more permanent solution, and after that, who knows? The wide world awaits.
I would like to see the world too.
There's so much out there. Adventures to be had and stories to be told. I want to be part of it all. I might need some company. And you're not too irritating. You're welcome to come along if you like.
Yay! She thinks I'm not irritating. I would love to.
It is settled then. You and I wandering the world, seeking our fortunes. I can't wait.
Anyway, I win.
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
It means I've been chosen to do something important.
There's that, of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn and saving the world from the Blight. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
You mean to say I serve as a protector?
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men.
And women.
And you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
I will keep that in mind.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
So in a way, having power confines you.
If you live apart from others and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
Well, you know what? I like your little poeticism.
You're quite taken with each other, aren't you?
Yes, quite.
I've noticed your blossoming relationship, and I wanted to ask you where you thought it was going. Leliana is a remarkable girl, sincere and guileless, and she has opened her heart to you. I would not like to see her hurt.
I would never do that. I never hurt Leliana.
Not intentionally, no. But there is great potential for tragedy here, for one or both of you. You are a Grey Warden. You have responsibilities which supersede your personal desires.
I'm a human being with emotions, not just a Grey Warden.
Love is ultimately selfish. It demands that one be devoted to a single person who may fully occupy one's mind and heart to the exclusion of all else. A Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. You may be forced to make a choice between saving your love and saving everyone else. And then what would you do?
Win, stop trying to grandma philosophy on me right now, okay? I don't want to have to make that choice.
Nothing is certain. Not in these times. You cannot take anything for granted. I want you to be aware of this.
Leliana and I can handle whatever comes our way.
If you insist, I have given my advice. Do with it what you will.
Well, she my damn girlfriend. The hell? I mean, I understand, Win, that you're like, you know, using your wise wisdom and all that jazz, but listen, listen, Win. You know what? Instead of explaining, I'm just gonna show you.
Well, aren't you sweet
I'm just
and
gonna show you.
attentive?
I'm just gonna show.
I thought you'd never ask.
I feel like that says enough. I'm glad they gave this opportunity. Yes, Win, have you changed your mind? Cause based on what you just saw there, over there, have you changed your mind about Leliana and me?
I have watched you for a time, and
Mm-hmm.
perhaps I was wrong. There seems to be something special between the two of you. I think she feels she's truly found her place with you. That after all her wanderings, she's finally home.
Cute. I feel the same way.
I think I was too harsh in my judgment before, and I am sorry.
You wanted the best for both of us.
What you have may not last forever. Death and duty may part you, but love's worthiness is not diminished because of that. I should have seen this before. Instead, you learn to cherish every precious moment that you spend together, knowing that it may be the last. And for those of us watching, well, it brings warmth to these old bones to know that something so beautiful can be found in the midst of chaos and strife.
See, I knew that would work. I'm such a sound strategist. Are you feeling better now?
Oh, yes, and thank you for asking. I'm feeling much better today.
I like making sure all my companions are well.
Well, thank you for your kindness, my dear. It certainly warms these rickety old bones.
You're welcome. I was just thinking about being a Grey Warden.
Is something troubling you?
I don't know. It's just difficult sometimes.
You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight.
I will be ready when the time comes.
And that gives me hope.
Okay, now I'm besties with Win. I guess we could call that a win. Okay. Alright, let's go back to dinner then.
I recognize you. From Ostagar.
Who the hell are you?
Trust his blood. You're a Grey Warden. Duncan's apprentice. You killed my friend. And good King Kalen. I demand satisfaction, sir.
Logan's charges against the Wardens are false.
So you would compound slander on top of treason? You dare smear Terran Logain's word?
Use your wits. The Wardens would never help the Darkspawn.
I do not like your tone, sir. But you may be right. I may regret this, but I cannot duel someone who may be guiltless. Leave, Warden. If I find proof, we will meet again.
Alright. Probably could have killed him for some shit, but honestly, I can't be bothered. So, hey.
Yes? What are you doing here?
I'm looking for Brother I'm looking for Brother Genevtivi.
Brother Genetivi? Why?
I would like to speak to him about his research.
His research? Ah, you mean his search for Andraste's ashes? He was on the trail of the Urn of Sacred Ashes, yes. Whether he found it, the Maker only knows. I haven't seen Brother Genetivi in weeks. He said no word. It's so unlike him. I'm afraid something has happened. Genetivi's research into the urn may have led him into danger.
What do you think he discovered?
I don't know. He was very excited when he left and said he would be back with all the answers. Perhaps the urn has been lost for a reason. I pray for Genetivi's safety, but hope dwindles with each passing day. I tried to send help, but some knights came from Redcliffe looking for him not long ago. I sent them after Genetivi and they too have disappeared.
Where did you send them?
No, don't ask me where they went. You'll go after them. And what if ill luck should befall you too? This search is a curse on all of us. Some things are not meant to be found. I know that now.
I need to obtain the ashes or Arl Eamon will die.
So be it. All he said before he left was that he would be staying at an inn near Lake Calenhard, investigating something in that area.
Alright, good. I'll head for the inn immediately then.
Good luck. May you find the answers you seek.
Alright. First I'm gonna steal shit from your house, if you don't mind. This book.
What are you doing? You're not supposed to go in there.
Why not?
I'm sorry, but that room is not for guests. It's full of books and papers, and I'd rather they were not disturbed.
Is it Jenna TV's research into the urn? I'd like to see it.
I said no. Genetivi was a very private person.
Well, I saved, so I'm afraid I have to insist.
No, don't touch that door!
Ow. That hurt. Yeah, I have a feeling I was supposed to do that, so book. corpse. Wait, so was that guy fake? Well, good thing I did that then. What?
I fell.
Yeah. Are you alright?
For a moment there, I thought it was all over.
Thought what was over?
Everything. I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Yeah, so we're just gonna ignore how Wind just, fell. Like, come on, girl. Is you dying? Like, for real, for real? So, just to recap on what the plan is, right? So, we are gonna finish the Arl of Redcliffe, which means finishing the Urn of Sacred Ashes. After that, I'm gonna finish the side quests in Darrenham and maybe some of these other ones, you know, because there's a lot of them. Like a lot. And then after that, I'm gonna start maybe a DLC or something. I don't fucking know.
What are you doing in Haven? There's nothing for you here.
I have business here.
No, you do not. I would have been informed if someone was expecting a visitor.
Is there a brother Jenna TV here?
Who? Perhaps revered Father Eirik will know of whom you speak. Unfortunately, he's ministering to the villagers at the moment and cannot be disturbed.
Revered father? I've never heard of this.
It's always been thus in Haven. We do not question tradition.
I smell sexism. Are your traditions very different from ours?
Our ways are not the ways of the lowland cities.
Okay, I would like to explore Haven for a while.
We do not appreciate lowlanders looking about our home as though it was some sort of zoo.
Okay, why do you have a revered father? Priests are women.
It's always been thus in Haven. We do not question tradition.
Have you heard of the Urn of Sacred Ashes?
The urn is nothing but a legend.
Oh, just let me through, man. Brother Jenna TV's research suggests that it may be more.
I do not know who Brother Jenna TV is or what he says. However, I'm sure people can convince themselves of anything.
And you don't know if Brother Jenna TV has come here?
No.
Very well, excuse me.
You may trade for supplies at the shop if you wish. Then I suggest you and your companions leave.
Did it just get a lot colder, or is it just me?
I'm just in some random person's house, I guess. This altar appears to have been used recently. A pool of blood remains running over the sides in dark rivulets. Continue.
I was not expecting to find something so unsettling.
Used for food preparation, perhaps?
Does meat bleed that much?
I'm just trying to be optimistic. The other explanation is slightly more disturbing.
This village is not quite what it seems, is it?
I fucking knew it as soon as they said revered father. Yeah, this definitely feels like some cannibalism shit or some sexism shit. Some culty shit.
I sense something drawing near.
Speaking of culty shit. Well, that was fun. That was exciting. That was predictable. Well, since they tried to kill
This should
me,
be easy enough.
I feel like that means I can loot all their shit, right?
You hear that? There's people in the Chudry. The whole town, maybe.
Yeah, and they're probably not very nice.
We are blessed beyond measure. We are chosen by the holy and beloved to be her guardians. This sacred duty is given to us alone. Rejoice, my brethren, and prepare your hearts to receive her. Lift up your voices and despair not, for she will raise her faithful servants to glory when her Ah, welcome. I heard we had a visitor wandering about the village. I trust you've enjoyed your time in Haven so far?
Besides the people coming to kill me, your people aren't very welcoming.
What sort of welcome do you expect when you break into our homes uninvited? You see, this is why we do not like visitors. They are not like us. They will do us harm if we let them.
What have you done to Brother Genetivi?
We don't owe you any explanations for our actions. We have a sacred duty. Failure to protect her would be a greater sin. All will be forgiven.
Enemies approaching!
See, there's probably a chance that I can avoid this whole fight. If I just didn't go into that visitor's home, but you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. You know, fuck it. How secretive. Oh,
Who are you? They sent you to finish it.
I'm Melissa. I'm here to help you.
You don't know how glad I am to see someone who isn't from this village. The leg's not doing so well, and I can't feel my foot.
Win, can you help?
I can set the leg and ease some of the pain, but he'll need a lot of rest in order to heal.
I don't have time to rest now. I'm so close. The urn is just up that mountain.
I need to find the ashes. Arl Eamon gets sicker by the day.
The Arl is sick. Will he live?
The Arl was poisoned under Logan's orders.
Politics never did anyone any good. The Arl is a noble soul. But the ashes will surely cure him. Haven lies in the shadow of the mountain that holds the urn. There is an old temple there built to protect it. The door is always locked, but I know what the key is. Iric wears a medallion that opens the temple door. I've seen what he does with it.
This medallion? The one that I grabbed?
Yes, that is your key. Take me to the mountainside and I will show you.
Are you sure you can make the journey?
It is not that far, and will you let me lean on you? For the urn, any pain is worth enduring.
Could you answer some questions for me first?
All right. What is on your mind?
Do you know about the knights who were sent to look for you?
Yes, of course. How could I forget? Iric said they were ambushed, some killed, a few brought back to Haven to be questioned. He was so self-righteous about it, so smug. He seemed pleased that he had tortured and murdered these men.
Isadol, however you say her name, Isolde sent the knights to find you when the Arl fell ill.
I see. She must have been desperate. She couldn't have known she was sending them to their deaths. Let's just talk about something else now, shall we?
Haven, it's a little odd, isn't it?
Well, it wasn't exactly what I expected it to be.
Why does Haven have revered fathers?
I do not know. When the chantry was established, it was decided that only female priests would ever be ordained. It is possible that the villagers, the disciples of Andraste, predate the chantry and so have no knowledge of the chantry's rules.
What do you know about Haven and its people?
They call themselves the disciples of Andraste. They are very, very devoted. One could say fanatically so. They must be here to protect the urn, but they speak of Andraste as though she was still alive.
They must be talking about the urn.
I thought so at first, but I'm not so sure anymore. Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
What were the villagers doing with you?
They seemed intent on finding out personal information about me, where I grew up, things like that.
They were planning to place a fake Jenna TV in Denerim.
How do you know?
There was an imposter Waylon at your house.
An imposter? What happened to the real Waylon?
Found his body stuffed in a box.
Wow, you're tactful.
Oh, poor Waylon.
Thanks.
I should never have dragged you into this. Make us take you into his hands, my boy.
I'm sorry, brother.
He believed in me, even when I lost faith in myself. I will honor his memory. Was there something else you wanted to say?
I'm ready to leave for the temple.
Ah, good. Help me up here. I'll try not to slow us down.